Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuta Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sanvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Scha Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Gaura Prishtaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Vaneti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayaniti Namine Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Odarya Madhurya Guneshcha Yuktam Viram Varanyam Purushan Mahantam Narayanam Dvam Shirasa Namami Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Keshta Prashtaya Bhuntane Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Vamaneti Namine Gaura Bhavamayo Deha Ujvara Rasa Bhavaka Bhaktivedanta Vamano Rag Bhakti Pravartaka Gurudam Nicha Sevasu Vaishnave Sarvadamate Grante Bhagavate Sakshako Samivedante Rati Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutare Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Charya Simha Rupine Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshavayati Namine Rati Marcha Charitraya Swashitanam Chapaline Jivaduke Sadartaya Shinama Premadayine Gaurashraya Vigrahaya Krishna Kamaika Charine Rupanuga Privaraya Vinodeti Swarupine Prabhupadantarangaya Sarva Sadgunashaline Mayavado Tamoganaya Vidantartavade Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhuntane Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Vaishabhanavi Devi Dayitaya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vigyana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurjvala Premaja Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Vedurapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshan Vairagya Murtaye Vipralamba Sambhude Padambujayate Namaha Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Kauravya Bhavavumestvam Nirjesta Sajjana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannataya Te Namaha Vanchakalpatiruviyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahaviranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurantvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Ganta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jayatam Surato Pangur Mama Manda Mater Gati Matsarvasva Parambojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindaranya Kapadrumata Srimadat Nagara Simhastanashto Shriman Radha Shira Govinda Devo Preshtanebi Sevyamano Smarami Shriman Rasarasarambi Vam Shivata Tatashtitaha Karshan Venu Swaner Gopir Gopinata Shriestuna Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatye Namo Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Page 28. And we do the morning crumb all together. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vandomu Isavadanama Te Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatauriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jahoy Te Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitate Kauriya Aikya Arana Kori Homaneya Sha Shri Guru Charane Rati Ese Uttama Gati Je Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Chakshundan Diraje Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya Gyan Hridaya Prakasita Preme Bhakti Jaha Hoite Advirya Vinasha Jate Vedagaya Jahara Charita Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adama Janada Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana Ha ha Prabhu Koro Daya Deho Mori Padachaya Tua Pade Loinu Sharana Ebe Jash Gushuk Tribhuvana Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva. Page 23. Page 23. Krishna hoit. Oh, sorry. Krishna hoite chat. Huh? No, isn't it that's. Oh. No, they're in the bench. You need them right now? The right side bench in like the center of it. It's sometimes like stuff's put on top in the box, but it's like under some stuff. If you see a flyer that says Akshaya Patra, It's under that. Krishna hoite chato mukha, hoya Krishna sevan mukha. Brahma hoite nada dera mahati, narada hoite vyasa, madhvaka he vyasa dasa, purna pragna padmana bhagavati, nihari marabha vamshe, akshobhya paramhamse, shishamboli angi karako hore, akshobhya shisha jaya, tirtaname parichaya, dada dasya jnana sindhu tore, taha hoite doya nidhi, dada dasya virya nidhi, Rajendra hoiro taho hoite, tahara kinkara jaya, dhamaname parijaya, parampara janabalamahate, jaya dharma dasi kyati, Shri Purushottama Jati, Tahoite Brahmanya Tita Suhuri, Vyasati Tatada Dasa, Lakshmi Pati Vyasa Dasa, Tahoite Madhavendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri Vada Shisha Vada Shri Ishvada Nityananda Shri Advaita Vibhu Ishvara Puri Kedanya Kori Lenya Shri Chaitanya Jaga Guru Gauda Mahaprabhu Mahaprabhu Shri Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahayanya Dupanuga Jani Rajivana Vishambara Priyankara Shri Swarupa Damodara Shri Goswami Rupa Sanatana Rupa Priya Mahajana Jiva Raghunatahana Dana Priya Kavi Krishna Dasa Krishna Dasa Priya Vada Narottama Seva Pada Jara Pada Vishwanatha Asha Vishwanatha Bhaktisata Baladeva Jagannatha Dhanapriya Shri Bhakti Vinoda Mahabhagavata Vada Shri Gaurankishora Vada Hari Bhajanete Jara Moda Shri Vanshavana Vivada Sada Sevya Seva Pada Dada Daita Dasanahama Prabhupada Antaranga Shri Swarupa Rupanuga Shri Keshava Bhakti Pragyahana Gaudiya Vedanta Veta Mayavaro Tamohanta Gauravani Prachara Chadama Prachariro Gauravani Bhakti Vedanta Swami Gauradiro Prabhupada Kama Kesha Priya Mahajana Vamanana Nayan Panda Gauravani Tade Pranadahana Esava Hari Jana Gaurangera Nija Jana Dadera Uchiste Modakama Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Guru Parampara Parampara Guru Parampara. Page 36. Vrindavanavasi Jato Vaishnavera Gahana Dame Vandana Kori Sabara Charana Ilachala Vasiyato Mahaprabhu Gana Umite Podiya Bando Sabara Charana Navadvipa Vatsiyato Mahaprabhu Bhakta Sabara Charana Bando Oya Anurakta Mahaprabhu Bhakta Jato Gaura Deshe Sthiti Sabara Charana Bando Kariya Pranati Jai Deshe Baise Karangera Gana Urva Bau Kori Vando Sabara Charana Oyachena Hoi Bena Prabhu Jato Dasa Sabara Charana Vando Dante Kori Gahasa Brahman Datorite Shakti Dare Jane Jane Devera Purane Guna Gaya Jeva Shune Mahaprabhu Gana Saba Patita Pavana Tai Love Mui Papi Lovi Nusharana Pandana Korite Mui Kato Shakti Dori Damo Bude Doshe Mui Damba Matra Kori Tatapi Mukera Bhagyam Vanera Ulasa Tokshakshami Moha Dame Koroni Jadasa Sarva Vancha Siddhi Hoya Yama Banda Chute Jagate Dolava Hoya Prema Dana Lute Mane Ravasana Purna Achirate Hoya Devaki Nandana Dasa Elo Bekoya Jayo Vaishnav Thakur Jayo Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jayo Vaishnav Thakur Jayo Vaishnav Thakur Jayo Vaishnav Thakur Vaishnav Thakur Jayo Vaishnav Thakur. Page 200. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedoya Kori Swaparshada Sriya Dhamma Sahavatari Adyanta Dulabha Prema Gauri Bharedana Shikaya Sharanagati Vakatera Prahana Danya Atmani Vedana Gompivre Varahana Avashadakshibe Krishna Vishvasa Palahana Bhakti Anukula Matra Kayera Svikara Bhakti Pratikulam Bhava Vajanangikara Shadanga Sharanagati Oibe Jahara Tahara Pratane Shune Shinanda Kumara Rupasanatana Pade Dante Trina Kori Vakati Vinoda Pade Duparadori Kandiya Kandiya Bode Amita Dhamma Shikaye Sharanagati Karahe Utama Jaya Swaparashada Jaya Goda Hari Swaparashada Jaya Goda Hari Page 86. I didn't understand. Is it the normal morning tune? Buddha-baba-ge Dijamani Goda Amani Jage Bakata Samuha Loyo Sate Gila Nagara Vraje Tatai Tatai Bajaloko Gana Gana Tahi Jajagro Prema Dala Dala Sonaranga Charane Nupura Bhaje Mukunda Madhava Yadahari Borore Borore Vadana Bori Micheni Davase Gorkose Emona Durlaba Manava Deha Payaki Koro Babona Keha Ebena Bajile Ashora Sutta Charame Podi Belaje Udita Tapana Oile Asta Dina Gelo Boli Hoibe Biasta Tabe Keno Ebe Alasa Hoi Nava Joy Doye Raje Jivana Anitya Jana Hosara Tahena Navida Viparabara Namashrai Kori Jatane Tumi Takao Apane Kaje Krishna Namashuddha Koryapana Juda Bhakati Vinoda Prana Namabina Kichu Naiko Ara Choda Bhuvana Mate Jivera Kalyana Sadhana Kamam Jagate Ashiye Madhura Nama Avidyati Miratapana Rupe Hirgagana Viraje Udilo Aruna Purabhagye Dijamani Gora Yamani Jage Bhakata Samu Aloya Sate Gila Nagara Braje O tatai tatai pachaloko Gana gana tahi jajirado Tatai tatai
Ganata Jadirano Preme Dala Dala Sonarayanga Preme Dala Dala Charane Nupura Baje Nupura Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaurari Sachinandan Jaya Gaurari. When the reddish sun began to rise on the eastern horizon, Sri Gauranga, the jewel among the twice born, at once awoke. Taking his devotees with him, he went into the towns and villages of Navadvip. Tatai, tatai, the mridangas resounded, and the kartalas played in time. Overflowing with prem, Sri Gauranga's golden limbs swayed gracefully, causing the ankle bells Nupur on his feet to jingle. Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari. Everyone chant, filling your mouths with the holy names of the Lord. Oh, you pass your nights in vain, captivated by sleep, and your days in decorating your body. Don't any of you think about what you are doing? Having achieved this rare human body, if you do not worship the son of Yashoda now, you will fall into a shameful condition at the time of death. With every rising and setting of the sun, you are busy counting the passing days. Why then do you still remain idle and not worship the Lord of the heart? Know this essential fact: material life is temporary and filled with various troubles and burdens. Earnestly take shelter of the holy name and remain engaged in your occupational duties. Drink the pure nectar of Krishna Nam and thus give relief to Bhaktivinod's burning heart. There is nothing except the holy name within all the 14 worlds. Desiring to benefit the living entities, these sweet holy names have come to the material world. They shine like the sun in the sky of the heart, destroying the darkness of ignorance. Jai Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
I was doing some paintings, and he told me to make a Hare Krishna mantra sign, like about that big, that space. Hare Krishna mantra sign in kind of Indian letters under each painting. I said, just Hare Krishna under each painting? He said, what else is there?
Trying to think how it starts. Krishna Guna Ganana Ananta Kahite Nahi Pare Krishna Jagatera Guru Krishna Vancha Kalpataru Navikase Bhava Parabari Hridaye Padita Jara Krishna Chiki Sakatara Bhavaroga Nasite Chatora Krishna Bahir Mukha Jane
Premamrita vitarane Kramelaya nijanta pora Karma bhanda dhyana bandha Aveshe manavandha Tare Krishna Karuna Sagara Pada Padma Madhudiya Andha Bhava Guchaya Charanena Anuchara Vaidhi Margarata Jane Swadhinata Radhane Raga Marge Kara no Pravesha Raga Rasavarti Hoye Parakiya Baba Shaye Love Jiva Krishna Prema Vesa Premamrita Varidhara Sadapanarata Dara Krishna Tadvaira Bandupati Sesava Braja Jana Sukayana Niketana Dinahina Vinodera Gati Sunohe Rasika Jan Krishna Guna Agana Ananta Kahite Nahi Pari Krishna Jagatera Guru Krishna Vancha Kalpataru Navika Se Baba Pare Bada Krishna He Krishna He Krishna He, Krishna He, Krishna He, Krishna He, Krishna He, Krishna He. Listen, O relishers of ras. The transcendental qualities of Sri Krishna are innumerable. Even Lord Ananta, who has millions of hoods and mouths, cannot describe them all. Krishna is the spiritual master of the entire universe. He is a wish-fulfilling desire tree, and he is the navigator guiding us across the ocean of material existence. For those whose hearts are ill, Krishna is the doctor. He is expert at destroying the disease of material existence. By distributing the nectar of prema to all those who are averse to him, he gradually takes them to his own confidential realm. Human beings are blinded by their absorption in the bindings of karma and gyan, but Krishna, who is an ocean of mercy, removes their blindness by granting them the honey of his lotus feet. In this way, he makes them servants of those lotus feet. By granting the jewel of independence to those following Vaidhi Marg, the path of regulative principles, he allows them to enter Rag Marg, the path of spontaneous loving attachment. Being controlled by such attachment and taking shelter of Parakiya Bhav, Paramor love, the jiva attains ecstatic love for Krishna. Such devotees are always engaged in drinking from the stream of the nectar of prema, for Krishna is their friend and master. These residents of Braj, who are abodes of auspiciousness, are the refuge of the poor and fallen Bhaktivinoda. Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai.
I don't think, not morning tune for this, I think. Chintamani Mai Radha Kunda Tata Tahi Kunja Shata Shata Chintamani Mai Radha Kunda Tata Thai shata shata. O prabala viduma maya tarulata. Prabala viduma maya tarulata. Amukta phale abanata. Mukta phale abanata. Chintamani mai Radha Kunda Tata. Tahe kunja shata shata. Chintamani ma Radha Kunda Tata. Tahe kunja shata shata. Swananda Sukada Kunja Manohara Tahate Kutira Shobe. Swananda Sukada Kunja Manohara Tahate Kutira Shobe. Bosiya Tatai Gabo Krishna Nam. Bosiya Tatai Kabe Krishna Dasya Lobe. Kabe Krishna Dasya Lobe. Emona Samaya Morali Ragana Posibe Dasi Kane. Emona Samaya Morali Ragana Posibe Dasi Kane. Ananda Matibo Sakala Bulibo. Ananda Matibo Ayananda Matibo Sakala Bulibo. Shri Krishna Vamshira Gane. Shri Krishna Gane. Chintamani ma Radha Kunda Tata. Tahe kunja shata shata. Chintamani ma Radha Kunda Tata. Tahe kunja shata shata. Radha Radha Boli Morali Dakibe Madhya Ishwari Nama. Radha Radha Boli Morali Dakibe Radhe Radhe Boli Morali Dakibe Madhya Ishwari Name. Radhe Radhe Boli Morali Dakibe Madhya Ishwari. Shuniya Chamaki Utibi Dasi. Shuniya Chamaki Shuniya Chamaki Utibe Dasi. Shuniya Chamaki Kemone Koribe Prana. Mone Madhya Ishwari Nama. Ishwari Nama. Chintamani mai Radha Kunda Tata Tahe Kunja Shata Shata Chintamani Ma Radha Kunda Tata Tahe Kunja Shata Shata Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Shri Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Radhe, Jayo Shri Radhe, Jai Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe, Vrishabhanu Nandini Radhe Radhe. The banks of Sri Radhakund are made of transcendental desire-fulfilling gems. Nearby there are hundreds and hundreds of beautiful kunjas. The trees and creepers, which are made of coral, are weighty with an abundance of pearl fruits. The small cottage is beautifully situated within the enchanting grove known as Swananda Sukhada Kunj. Oh, when shall I sit there and sing the holy names of Sri Krishna with the desire to attain his service? At that time, the song of the transcendental flute will enter this maidservant's ear. I shall become overwhelmed in ecstasy and forget everything due to the song of Sri Krishna's flute. Saying Radhe, Radhe, the flute will call the name of my worshipful mistress. Hearing that sound, this maidservant will jump up, startled and astonished, wondering how she shall live.
A lot of deep things there.
Yeah. Can you give a purport?
I'll give it a little one. So the trees and creepers are made of coral, and are weighty with the abundance of pearl fruits. Does that mean the fruits are made of pearls and you have to be like Hanuman to bite the fruits, or that they're made of coral? No, it means that the naturalness of it is greater than coral. So what are you going to compare it with? Coral and pearls and diamonds, but they're not really made of that. They're made of the spiritual fruits. But just to understand that it's greater, the naturalness is greater than the opulence. And the other thing is, I'm with a desire to attain. I'm sitting there and sing the holy names of Krishna with a desire to attain his service. So does that mean that a manjari will directly do his service? No, it means the service is to give him the most happiness by arranging the meeting with Srimati Radhika, or making him feel subordinate to Srimati Radhika. Then the next one is, so the flute will call out Radhe, Radhe, my mistress's name. Hearing that sound, this maidservant will jump up, startled and astonished, wondering how she will live. Now that sounds negative, doesn't it? But is it negative? No. It means there are 10 states of ecstasy, or rather 8 ecstatic symptoms, like horripilation, standing of the hairs on end, tears, bellowing of the complexion, and so on. And one of them is being stunned like death. That's the 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th and highest stage of this ecstatic feelings towards Radha and Krishna. So that's what it means. That's like something a despondent jiva would say. So that's the real meaning. Okay. I did the Maha Mantra. Okay. Can you sing a morning tune? Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whoa. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Nitya Gaura Haribo, 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 Gaura Haribo, Nitya Gaura.
Agyanam timirandasya Gyananjana salakaya Chaksurunmilitam yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tvadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Nama Yang Pravrjantam Manupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahaka Taruajuhava Putriti Tanmayataya Taruvo Benedos Tang Sarvabhu Hridayam Muni Manatosmi Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Chaptascha Kamadi Tarangamadi Kripamai Tvang Sharanam Prapadyam Prinde Namaste Charanarvindam Tavoivasmi Najivami Tambina Iti Vigyaya Brot Tam Nayamam Charanantike Kripayati Yadi Radha Padita Sheshabadha Kema Paravashishtam Pushti Maryadayorme Yadi Vadati Chakinshit Smeira Sodita Sri Dvijavaramani Panktya Mukti Shaktya Tadakyam Shama Sundara Shakanda Sekha Smeira Samurali Manoha Radhika Rasikamam Kripanite Swapriya Charana Kinkari Karu Prananatha Vrishabhanu Nandini Sri Makabja Rasalola Satapada Radhika Paratale Kritastitim Tam Bhajami Rasikendra Shekha Samvidaya Dashanem Trinam Vibhu Prardaye Brajamahendra Nandan Astu Mohanta Bhati Balava Janma Janmane Madhishvari Priya. First I offer my unlimited obeisances and the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Diksha Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and the same unlimited obeisances in the dust of the lotus feet of my most worshipful Shiksha Gurudev. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Asto to the Sat Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, to our grandfather Guru Sri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshava Goswami Maharaj and Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, especially on his divine appearance day, and to his divine associates, and to all the assembled devotees, and to the assembled devotees, Diksha Gurus, who are my Shiksha Gurus, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Madhav Maharaj, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Ban Maharaj, and Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Siddhanti Maharaj. Can one of the men tell all the men at the ashram that if they don't come this second, they can forget coming for breakfast as well? Srila Prabhupada was very strict. There was one devotee. There's one devotee who he gave sannyas to, and this sannyasi went to, I believe it was Bhajinarayan Bhattarik Ashram, without asking permission. He's already a sannyasi. And so Prabhupada took away his sannyas for that, and just said, now you are Bhajinarayan Brahmachari. And then after 1 year of seeing how humble and repenting he was, and that he didn't get angry, like Gurudev said, if a guru would do anything vaguely near that, the disciple would put it on the internet. Don't go to that bogus guru. And then so he gave his sannyas back. Okay. Yes. Especially on this day, if one doesn't hear or speak the glories of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Govinda Goswami Maharaj, then he's just gaining obstacles. Like people who carry around their phone all day, they don't realize they're radiating themselves. And similarly, people who don't observe these days are simply creating obstacles that I don't know why I have all these obstacles. It's such a merciful thing to observe these days. Okay, so what's the program? What? Yeah, first. Okay, so you want to get that ready?
Swamiji. He never feared to anyone. Very frank and true speaker. He has established this truth by taking so many arguments from Jiva Goswami, from Srimad Bhagavatam, or Gita from Gita that were going and never written fall down. So if we want to do bhajan, whole world is one side and I am alone in one side. Don't care it. Only that care for Shuddha Bhakti and Shuddha Vaishnavas, not for these things. So he was so good. He has given so many literatures also. I have read. When I went to Puri, he met me about 5-6 months before he left this world. And he was so near to me that he told his disciples that you can hear Harikatha from Narayan Maharaj. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna. Yeah.
Restaurant store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Restaurant store.
15 non-wobbly tables.
Restaurant store.
Add 8.
This is Kali Yuga. Very, very dreadful age. Sinful age. Kali means worldling hypocrisy, dharma, irreligion, sin. Every person is committing sinful activity consciously or unconsciously. This is Kali Yuga. Very, very dreadful age. Sinful age. Kali means sin, sinful activity, hypocrisy, dharma, irreligion, sin. Every person is committing sinful activity consciously or unconsciously. Understand? Consciously or unconsciously. Some commit sinful activities consciously, some commit unconsciously. They don't know. Right? Everything eating, killing, animal eating the flesh, sinful activity. Intoxication, going to liquor shop, drinking liquor, smoking cigarette, drinking coffee, tea, all sinful activities. Intoxication. But nobody knows that is a sinful activity. Know the name aristocrat, aristocrat. The aristocratic family tradition to drink liquor. Okay? They don't know. They are committing sinful activity. If you commit sinful activity, definitely will go to our Brahmana and be punished there. Then gambling, sinful activity, illicit sex, sinful activity, like dogs and hogs. In Western country means free sex, free, like dogs and hogs. They don't know that this is sinful activity. It goes on by the name of civilization. This is civilization. Is it? What sort of civilization? In language of my Guru, dog civilization. It's dog civilization or God civilization. Therefore, some consciously do, some unconsciously do.
Sankirtan. If you do Hari Sankirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. This transcendental sound vibration, when it vibrates in the atmosphere, whole atmosphere will be purified. Understand? No other means there to purify such polluted atmosphere. It's Hari Sankirtan. Therefore, loud chanting, congregational chanting, that is beneficial. Many people will congregate, bhaktas will congregate, chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Most people have no clue that in 20...
And Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj had a beautiful relationship with Srila Gurudev. He told Gurudev that many years after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, he said, I saw you when you were giving Prabhupada Samadhi, but I was an insignificant person then, so I was shy to approach you. And then he told Gurudev that I'm so unhappy because they're not allowing me to speak the truths of bhakti, and they are banning me in many countries. So Gurudev said, just be like a lion, be like me, never be afraid. He encouraged him. And also, just tell me when you're ready, Haridas. All right. One more sentence. There's several reasons for Lord Jagannath's appearance, several histories of how and why he appeared. So the third history, which is told by Srila Gurudev, he said, no one knows this, it was in my heart. But Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, he knew what was in my heart. All the pandas were asked, and they knew it came from somewhere, but they didn't know where. But he told practically the same exact history of when Radharani was on the brink of death, so to speak, and Krishna came to Vrindavan, and when their two eyes met, their four eyes met, just before she was about to leave her body, the gopi said, no, Krishna's here, Krishna's here. He came from Dwarka. And so when their four eyes met, Krishna, Baladev, and Subhadra turned into Jagannath and were rolling on the ground. Imagine that form, rolling on the ground. So he said, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj got that from my heart, and he told practically the same history. You can read about it in Jagannath Rath Yatra book. Okay, so we're calling on Haridas Prabhu to speak about the glories of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada on his divine appearance day.
Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Gauri Prishtaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Vana Iti Namane Vandeham Bhakti Chakoram Gaurangani Prashtitam Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vanam Namastubhyam Shri Radha Ekanishtitam Rasayana Katamritam Sankirtanam Anandadam Gosaminam Param Namaha in Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Iti Namane. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my Diksha Guru Srila Bhaktivedanta Van Gosamaraj Ki Shri my Shiksha Guru Pujaniya Srimati Shamrani Didi and to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada on his divine appearance day, as well as to all of the pretty amazing amount of devotees in our temple. And also, not just amount, but also amazing quality. Yeah. So, Gurudev may asked me to speak about an experience from yesterday and relate it to our Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. I'm going to now refer to him as Prabhupada, and when I speak about Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, I'm going to say our Srila Prabhupada. So, who here is familiar with the Gaudiya Math logo? Who here is familiar that we are consider ourselves to be a Gaudiya Math? And okay, cool. So this is the Gaudiya Math logo that was designed by Srila Prabhupada himself. I actually just want to, I don't want to do too, I spent a lot of time talking yesterday, so I'm going to be as brief as I can today and succinct. So, oh, it just went off. So, it's, on the computer, if you just, and, okay, so, on that, see where the cursor is and how there's like a mridanga? So next to that mridanga, can anybody tell what that thing is? Tripura, can you zoom in on it? Society of Scholars. So it's the Brihat Mridanga. Okay, so then, does anybody here know? I was going to relate two stories. One's a pastime shared by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj about the Brihat Mridanga. So, and where this name comes from. Who here knows where the name Brihat Mridanga comes from? Big drum.
When you play mridanga, it will be heard in maybe surrounding area, like here our neighbors or something like that. But when we publishing books, that's the Brihad Mridanga, which will be heard worldwide. So, and that's also mentioned as a part of Gaudiya Math to have the Brihad Mridanga, means publishing of transcendental literature for the benefit of mankind.
Exactly. And so, Srila Prabhupada established two newspapers. One was a weekly newspaper called the Patrika. Let me make sure I said that one right. The weekly newspaper is the Gaudiya, and then a daily newspaper called the Nadia Prakash. And so, one man who was actually the head of India's political parties at the time looked at him and said, "Why are you printing a newspaper about the spiritual world daily?" And Srila Prabhupada looked at him and he said, "Look, I hear that in America they print newspapers in the morning and in the evening." He there's so much going on in the spiritual world that we could print a newspaper every hour about what's happening in Vaikuntha. Thousands of daily papers about Vaikuntha may be continued, that so much news comes from Vaikuntha. He said, the news of Vaikuntha can overflood this mundane world. Vaikuntha is infinite, and this world is finite. When a ray from the infinite world comes to the finite world, what can it do? So, that same person who initially questioned him, later on said, you know what, this is so amazing, I want you to establish a preaching center in every town in India. And does anybody know what Srila Prabhupada responded and said? Do you?
He said, I don't have a desire to establish a temple in every heart and town, but I desire to establish a temple in every heart of the jivas of this country.
And not just in this country, but in every man's heart. So that one is related from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and then one from our Srila Prabhupada, which many of you may have heard many times. He gave this in an address in Los Angeles in, I don't have the year. So Srila Prabhupada was talking about printing more books. And he said, I want you to print more books. And he said the reason why, what he heard from his Guru Maharaj, is his Guru Maharaj said, if you get money, print books. And his Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, he related a story to him. It sounds like there was actually two separate incidences where he once heard his Guru Maharaj speaking, and his Guru Maharaj said, I've established this Bagh Bazar Gaudiya Math. So Bagh Bazar Gaudiya Math was the first temple, first Gaudiya Math established by Srila Prabhupada. It's in Calcutta. I believe it was at 1 Ultadanga Road. And so it was made of so much beautiful marble. And he looked and he said, I have gotten so many more problems now since we have built this. Not that he had more problems, but he had so many of his disciples were all now getting, this is my room, that's my room, nah, it's, mine. He said, I want us to break apart this marble. It's better that we break apart this marble, sell it, and print more books. So that is the second story. And so then, yeah, it says it was in Radhakund, so Sri Guru Maharaj is speaking to me. You're right. Okay. Oh, that's what I misunderstood. There was a private meeting between his godbrothers and Srila Prabhupada when our Srila Prabhupada walked in at Radhakund, and then his Guru Maharaj spoke directly to him about the marble and needing to take it apart, sell it, and print more books. And he said to him, if you ever get any money, print books. And on that note, I'll relate a story from yesterday. So, it's cool. I got the largest donation, like one-time donation ever from book distribution yesterday. Like that I've ever gotten. And it was, it's funny, there's so much to share about book distribution. There's so much to share about book distribution, and why it's so amazing. As Srila Prabhupada explained, and through Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami we're hearing, it's pure sound vibration. So it's pure Harinam. We're getting to do Shuddha Harinam by distributing these books, and without going into Vedavyas compiling them and Shukadev Goswami speaking them. There's so much more about this in the solo book distribution. So I will let everybody go and read that and have that be a little advertisement for it. And in distributing the books, there's a lot. For me, I find it to be very humbling, very purifying, really an incredible way to just see and view the world and understand everything within our Vedic literatures. Because what I am finding is that all knowledge that's explained in the books comes from distributing them. In the sense of like, okay, it's the age of Kali. By distributing books, I get to learn about the nature of people, and I get to learn how I am within that. I get to learn about my own nature, and then I get to learn how to then serve, understanding my nature and the natures of others. For example, every person will lie. It's just how it is. So many people, I don't have any cash, or I don't have any money. Or they'll say like, oh, I don't have any cash, just for the sake of, what they really mean is I don't want to give a donation. Most people, they have $1, and I found ways to work with that to then still get a donation. My mindset is partially having my own anartas, which again, this speaks to the glories of book distribution, in that I can work directly through so many of my anartas, like my desire for money, my thinking of money meaning security and things, and I can and I being the doer, that I am collecting the money. So it's so purifying in that way that I can then enact it, and it's because it's a pure action, it then cleanses that desire from the heart. So I get to see how people lie, and then I get to see how I lie. I get to see how I engage with others, and I get to see how I then have learned how to have fun with it. And so, yeah, yesterday was the most I collected at one time for a person, but it was a very, like, kind of just normal exchange. Kind of. I've really always wanted to just go up to people in very fancy cars and ask them and give them books and try to bring them to the temple. So, yesterday I saw two, it was a car show, but outside the car show there were a lot of people still driving very fancy cars to the show. And as we're walking up doing our Harinam, I noticed two very expensive cars. They're called Lamborghinis. And I've noticed on the license plate said M. Shri. And this is another big thing with a glory of book distribution. I learn how to tune into my surroundings and pay attention to, like, okay, what's going on. It is a lot of maybe characteristics that we could think of as bad, of like, oh, I'm trying to see, like, oh, what's that guy up to? What's reading the world around. And I'll talk in a minute as well about how prejudice really doesn't work with book distribution. Book distribution really... I have 3 whole minutes left? Okay, cool. And so it trains, for me, focusing, paying attention, picking up on small little cues, and being in the moment and vibing. And so I see, like, okay, it says M. Shri. I'm like, okay, I know that's an Indian guy. Or at least I assume it's going to be an Indian guy. And so I'm walking past the first car, and I notice that there's a mother and son in it, and then I see a father and son in the next car, and it's a convertible, so it's totally open. And I walk up, and keep in mind, I'm leading the kirtan, so I'm sorry, I'm not like a great Harinam kirtan leader, because I get been trained so much by Didi that any person who I see, give them something. When we go on a morning walk, many of you probably have seen, if there's a single person, I give them something, because it used to be, if I didn't, she would look right back to me. Why didn't you? And this is then also a way of building relationship and understanding one's surroundings, because I would then sometimes look and be like, oh, that's Nick, he lives up the block, and I gave him a book the other day. And so I see in this car, I just go up to him and say, oh, I know you have a Bhagavad Gita, because I get used to the responses from people. Everybody, especially Indian families, I have Bhagavad Gita. And there's also immediate recognition that's starts to build of how is the person responding to me? What's their vibe? What's going on for them? And on the streets, I'll be very quick. I'll usually just say hi to everybody, give them some sort of compliment. And it's not necessarily a means of drawing them in. It's a matter of both drawing them in and reading them. Because if their energy is much more communicative, it's then easy to just engage. And one thing Guru Devi has really taught me is to don't bother sitting and thinking. Don't bother sitting and thinking, because when what I've noticed is that in book distribution, when it comes down to like the vibe, if there's any sort of thought, that person, they'll just immediately be snapped away back to somewhere else. So it's immediate just entering into the flow with them, vibing with them, talking with them, and not necessarily quickly, but then interacting, engaging with them on the ways that they're ready for, like handing them the book. People, they naturally will just take it, and they'll naturally just be ready and excited, and they'll be like, oh, cool. So not thinking and just like responding to that moment and seeing, okay, he was actually a pretty affable person. And I say that not because, oh, he's in a Lamborghini, not because, oh, he's this or that. A lot of what I've noticed is a lot of people in Indian bodies, as we spoke about the other night about Mayavadi, there's a lot of conceptions of like, no, I don't need this. Or like, oh, I already know it. But he was very affable. And then additionally, he's been in traffic for like hours, but still he was like very friendly. So I invited him to the temple, gave him a small book. Then I said, you know what? I see your son here. Please take this Bhagavad Gita for your son as well. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you know, I'm collecting donations for the temple. Would you be willing to leave a donation for the temple? Sure. He pulls out his wallet, pulls out $300 bills, hands it to me. Bye. You know. And it's what for me, the moral and like the learning is again of every person just entering into the vibe with them, entering into their vibe, and being steady. Always have a goal in mind, and I kind of have like a play in mind of like what my goal is. I want to get them a book. I want to get them. I want to get them a book. I want to get them to get their email address, and I want to get a donation as well, because this is not necessarily about getting money for the temple, which is a good part of it, but it's, for me, I'm thinking about, hey, they're getting securities. Each one of these things is building up on their spiritual pious credits. Even if they're giving $1, because I can look back to my own personal story of how I first came in contact with Krishna consciousness, and how somebody gave me a book on the street, and knowing myself at the time, I was probably like, oh, this like homeless person, whatever, like this some guy just needs money, whatever, cool. But they're like giving me whatever, cool. No, I'm sure I gave him $5 and I walked away, and I didn't read the book. It was chanting Be Happy. I remember looking at the cover. I thought, John Lennon and George Harrison, like, what year is this? Come on, get with the times. But I can see how that like built securities, which then naturally manifested at their own time. So Panchakalpatirvyascha, Kripasinubhyabcha, Pritinam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha.
Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. What he was saying reminded me that when you have a book in your hand, with the intention to distribute the books, all of a sudden you have a different paradigm on life. Like if I'm sitting at the airport and I'm just sitting there chanting japa, waiting for the plane to come, then as people walk by, I start thinking, oh, she's too fat for him. Why did he choose her? And she's opening her purse. I wonder what's in it. But when we have the book, then I automatically start thinking that they're coming from different planets, different universes, to this moment to get the book, because they have the correct amount of Sakritis and sanskars. So it completely changes our conception of life. Good, thank you. Okay, Gadagraja, can you share yesterday?
Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurun-militam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Swapadantikam. First of all, offering unlimited heartfelt obeisances to my most worshipful Diksha Guru Devi, Srimati Shamarani Didi, and my Param Guru Devs, Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and my Param Estri Guru Devs, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, and Parameshti, and Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, especially on this auspicious occasion. So I was also requested to, of course, glorify Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Oh, and first also offering obeisances to all assembled devotees, especially my seniors. So I was requested to glorify this divine transcendental Vaishnava, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, and also to mention something of Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, which I was also going to speak, but we had a long program. And then also to speak something of yesterday's event that a couple of us attended. And this event was put on by the Jewish community to bring awareness to a situation that happened in Israel. There was a music festival, and this music festival was attacked by a terrorist group, and they came to kill everyone that was assembled there. And so, of course, it was a very intense assembly and a situation. But it was very powerful, especially in regards to our philosophy and what we've been given. And there was a woman who spoke an account of the situation when people got news that something was going wrong, and how much that drastically shifted their perspective. Immediately, the consciousness of everyone turned. Immediately, everyone's perspective changed 100%. You know, we're at a festival, we're enjoying, everything's good. Then all of a sudden, I need to take shelter now. I don't know where to go. And this was very interesting to me, to think that when someone knows they're in danger, they need shelter. And this wall of eat, be merry, it's just removed. And so, by the mercy of Sri Guru, I was thinking about this verse, Agyan Timarandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya, that actually Sri Guru is coming and representing Ashraya, shelter. The heart of Ashraya manifesting to us and telling us of our situation in this world. The sadhu shows us our condition of being in this ocean of material birth and death. And I've heard Srila Gour Govinda Goswami give this example of, we've all heard this example of the banyan tree from Bhagavad Gita.
I just want to show you the picture of the devotees. Can you show that? And they're on stage.
Okay. Pass it around. So we all know this example from Bhagavad Gita of the banyan tree who has its roots going down, and that this tree is reflected into water. And this is the analogy given of this material world, that it's a reflection of the real spiritual tree. And so I've heard this analogy that the sadhu comes like a leaf and lands on this reflection and creates ripples and disrupts the image. And so in this way, the sadhu is coming and they're revealing the transitory nature of the energy that we're in. And so Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, of course, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami, coming in the mission of Mahaprabhu, like we just read, Udilo Aruna, they show that this world, actually, I heard Bhaktisiddhanta say that darkness Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said that darkness embodies form in this material world and takes the shape of so many houses and air and fruits and flowers. And like a holoquin, I don't know if anyone knows a holoquin, but it's like a jester-like personality with endless varieties of different enticing masks. It says, "Oh, my master, how can I serve you?" And so then the false ego goes, "Okay, yes, I will become master of all these objects." And so like this, sadhu comes and he gives perspective. No, actually this world is, actually he said in this beautiful, beautiful thing that Guru Puja, the first obligation is to surrender this conception of I see and I am master. And so like this, the sadhus are coming, Ishavasyam idam sarvam. No, actually this world, this is the kingdom of God, but the jivas, they want to enjoy it without God. And that the fruit and flowers of this world are born here for Krishna's pleasure, for Krishna's happiness, not for us. So like this, they're giving transcendental knowledge. And so I wanted to mention something about Srila Bhakti Pragyan's amazing seva to his guru, just like Haridas was saying, with the Brihat Mridanga. So he continued his publication seva after Srila Prabhupada left this world. Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Maharaj, he took sannyas, and he started the Gaudiya Vedanta Samiti. And there he continued many things like the Nadia Prakash, like what Haridas Prabhu was saying. And he helped bring these texts from our acharyas into this world to accomplish this giving light. And he mentions there's an introduction to Jaiva Dharma from Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And he says a very powerful, amazing statement that he says this verse, Jivera Swarup Hoy, Krishnera Nityadas, Krishnera Tatasta Shakti, Bed Abeda Prakash, is the Mool mantra, the Bij seed of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, and the root in which Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained this Jaiva Dharma, the eternal position of the soul. So like this, they're giving us Atmagyan, that actually our only occupation, our only real thing is service to Radha and Krishna. And so, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, I read this Vyasa Puja, and on this day, glorifying him in his illumination of how service to Sri Guru is the way that we can get out of this material thing. Yes. Sorry. So, service to Sri Guru is the way in which this can be dissolved, and our eternal service can be awakened, and we're in such a condition that, like this verse about how we're bound by arms and legs, and even Sri Guru gives us the chit, gives us the ball chit to even have the power, the fitness to even engage in service to Guru. So how significant is Sri Guru? And in Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati said that service to Sri Guru is our only obligation. Our only obligation. And he said, when I saw the lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj, at every moment, my only obligation, my only duty is how can I serve Sri Guru? And like this, his disciple Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj was a similar personality. They don't come into this world to suffer karma or anything like this. They're eternal personalities that are coming. They're Shakshad Hari, they're servitor, this coming from the heart of Ashaya Tattva. How divine is Sri Guru, these personalities. And they're coming just for their compassion upon all the living souls in this world. And one example that's really nice from Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj's life is that when he was in the womb of his mother always relates this story, that there was one renounced personality who came and visited and gave his mother a sweet, and so she accepted it and she ate it. And so his mother gives this account that because he accepted this sweet from this renounced personality, he had no material desires like that. And so we see that when he was born, very early age, desire for renunciation was there, and a desire to take shelter of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati and continue his mission, following Srila Rupa Goswami and like this, giving the message. And so yesterday was a very intense and sobering circumstance about the reality of this world, because we're told over and over that we are going to die from this world. And our acharyas, they teach us this, and they teach us of not only where to take shelter, but how to take shelter, and the nature of that shelter, which is such a sweet, deep, beautiful thing. And so in the midst of yesterday hearing about these people who they take shelter in a bomb shelter. That's the only way they can go. I have to take shelter in this. You have this bomb shelter. And it's crazy, you know, and then people throwing grenades into these shelters. And it's so sobering, but I was thinking about this banyan tree and how what is the real thing that we're supposed to be doing is not grenades of violence, but we're supposed to be participating and experiencing, you know, the divine love of the Supreme Personality, Sri Radha and Krishna. And they don't have grenades, but they have flower bombs, fragrant flower bombs, you know, like that, and beautiful Vasant, you know, seasoned, golden, beautiful flowers, and they don't, okay. And they have flower arrows, like, you know, it's love and love alone. You know, that's what Srila Gurudev said like that. And no screams of terror, but laughter and sweetness and joke and play and dance and love. And so like that, they come to give us the... Yeah, so the point being is that this is the reason why they come, is to give us this. This is that their compassion is they want to bring us to this. So it's not that we are on the platform to be playing and dancing and laughing. I mean, except when we're in the Harinam. But that in this world, that is the compassionate mission. Srila Gurudev said that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to this world to give Braj Bhakti. So like that, they come to give us pure Bhakti, Rupanuga Bhakti, following this Ashraya Tattva. And it has this basis in Jivara Swarupoi Krishnara Nityadas. There's this verse, Padab Jayos Tavavina Varam Dasya Eva Nanyat Kadapi Samaye Kila Devi Yache Sakyayate Mamostu no Stu Namostu Nityam Dasyayate Mamo Namostu Raso Stu Satyam. So like this, they come to tell us that we are meant to be most affectionately surrendered and dedicated to the happiness of Radharani's heart, like that. And so we heard yesterday from Srila Gurudev's video that Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he took his life. Okay. He took his life and he put it in his hand and he gave it to his Gurudev. He gave his life to his Gurudev. So like this, he set the example of the path of what we need to do. And so there, I'm ending and offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams to these most worshipful personalities that I can follow in their footsteps, and also offer my life like this. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha.
That you were speaking about how the disciple sees the guru and what the guru does. So, as he was speaking, I was remembering one Vyasa Puja offering of Srila Prabhupada to his Guru Maharaj, Srila Gorkashordas Babaji Maharaj, and he said, before I met him, I was seeing sights of blindness and sounds of deafness. Good. Okay, so Vasanti, what's next? Announcement? Okay, so there's one announcement. I hope all the men brought their phone today. Bye. I hope all the men brought their phone today. If you could please hand that over to me.